Yo, what's up? It's Akeyles, and today we're doing a review on A Way Out. So let's go straight into the story. The game has a really good story, which tastefully gives you a lot of background story on your character. Hashtag Team Leo, you know he's the man. As you may or may not know, the story is two guys who get locked up by the same evil guy who kind of like set them both up, and they want out. They want to go and catch them, and surprisingly they break out at, like, I would say like a third of the game, which I kind of expected them to be in the jail a little bit longer, and maybe breaking out of jail a little bit longer too. Like, you know, it would take a longer process, but needless to say, it's only a third of the game, and then the rest of the game is them going after a crime boss, Harvey, that same evil guy I was talking about earlier. I know, not an original story, but the ending had one of the best concepts I've ever seen in a game. I never would have thought that this game would have went that way, and it was a really big deal. It shocked the mess out of me. But speaking of a good concept, let's talk about this gameplay. This game has a lot of cool co-op mechanics that I hope to see, or I hope that the other games will pick it up and improve on it. Like the one part where you're climbing up and there's like a little swinging ball where you have to push X in the middle, but you can't go faster than your co-op partner, because if you do go up too much higher, then you'll fall, or if they slow down, you'll fall. So I thought that concept was really cool. And then like on top of the parts where like you're chasing something, or even like fish, you have to do like the pincer movement to catch somebody. I thought that was so cool. And then to speak on like all the mini games that they have hidden throughout the game, like there's so many, like going from like a rhythm game to a baseball game to even Connect 4. And this game, like a lot of people are saying, well, it's only a 6-hour game, but with all this extra little content, and then you're able to play it more than one time and get like a different experience. Not too much of a bigger experience, but there are like different decisions that do determine how gameplay flows. So you have the, hey, do we do this, and or do we do that? If I do this, X happens. So like your choices matter, unlike the Telltale books. But to move on, this game could be stretched out past those 6 hours with all that stuff I was talking about, the mini games, etc. So that's not even like a worry. But with all that said, let's talk about the combat. The punching never really felt great outside of QTEs. And then the shooting kind of reminded me of Uncharted 2. It's like it's not horrible shooting, but something feels outdated when you're playing or when you're shooting. I also believe we had unlimited ammo, which I kind of wish there was like a harder mode, because the game doesn't seem too hard at the beginning. In fact, I believe that the game would be a lot harder if for certain scenes you had an option to just play with a solo screen, because like I do love the camera angles, especially like during the hospital scene. That has a really good I don't know, cinematography done to it. But at the same time, whenever like missions were like I needed my friend to look guard, I could just look on the screen and see, like, you know what I mean? It wasn't really that challenging that way. Or doing these puzzles, I feel like some of those puzzles would have been harder if I couldn't see what he was doing at that particular time during that gameplay moment. Maybe in the future there's like a patch where you're able to do that, like certain modes, certain points, if they don't want to do anything impressive with the camera, they give you your own screen. That way you don't know when the guy's coming. It really takes, you know, you communicating with each other, maybe even not even be able to speaking to each other unless you're closer. That would be a definite improvement to the game. Overall, the game feels great. Definitely one of the best games I've played so far this year, and I definitely would say pick this up, especially at the price point that they went with $30. You know what I mean? And then you get a friend to play with, which, you know, if y'all split that, that's $15 a piece. And then if somebody game share, that's $7.50 a piece between 4 people. So it's definitely you know, a no-brainer if if you're thinking like me or whatever. But let me know what you guys think about the game if you picked it up, and I want to know who you guys played. You know, hashtag Team Leo is the best. If you know, and if you are gonna play, you know, go ahead and drop your hashtag, either Vincent, hashtag Leo, Team Leo. Let me know who you think you're gonna play with, and don't forget, you could never be as strong as one, and that one is Akeyles.